from barking. 7 a.m. in the morning, she's calling, I'm yawning, she's jarring, no stalling. I might link my...
Hi guys, and welcome to the Motherhood Group YouTube channel. I'm Sandra Igwe, and I'm here today with the phenomenal
Dee Rose.
Dee Rose, D-E-E Rose. When I heard about her and I looked at her YouTube channel, I was like, there's no way that she's 25. There's no way that she's 25.
Yeah, I'm 25. My name's Dee Rose. I have 3 boys, one age 6, 2, and 10 months old. I got married at 21.
Rewind. You have 3 sons.
3 boys.
3 boys.
Yes.
And you got married at 21. So you got married after you had your first son?
Yeah, after my first son, yeah. Wow, it's kind of a long story, and it's part of my testimony and how I actually came to Christ, and I gave that as well on my channel. But just to sum it up a bit, I started going out with my then boyfriend when I was 17. I met him at 17. I think some time later we were serious, we really loved each other. And at 18 I ended up getting pregnant of my first child.
Was that planned or was it unplanned?
It was not planned. I was even shocked because I was basically trying to prank him. It was April Fool's.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, I finished college. It was a Friday. So I finished college and I said to my friend, oh, let's go. I'm going to go to my boyfriend's house and I'm going to tell him that I'm pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, because it was April Fool's. So I was like, let me just, mess with him a bit.
Yeah.
Let me just go. So I went there and I told him, oh, I haven't been feeling well and I think I'm pregnant. His reaction was just so like, it was shocking to, well, it was not shocking, but it was like, it was
screaming.
Deep.
He was screaming.
It was deep. No, he was like, oh, I've always loved you. I want to make you my wife. Please have this baby. I want this baby.
So he was very accepting.
He was so happy.
Oh, wow. And
it's like, it was now, because I let it go on for too long, it was hard now for me to turn around.
How long is too long, sorry?
It was like, I think it was at least 20 minutes of him talking.
Okay.
So it was too long, and I was uncomfortable now because he was pouring out his heart. For me to turn around and be like, oh, it's a prank. So I thought, let me just leave it. I'll go home, go to sleep. Saturday morning, got all ready and everything, got to his house. It was early, like 8 a.m. I was at his house. Opened the door. He was all awkward. And then I was like, why are you awkward, this and that? And he goes like this. Bam, pregnancy test, clear blue. He goes, babe, please take this in front of me.
Oh, so he didn't believe you in the end, or was it?
He believed me, but because he was so excited, he wanted to see it for himself and be sure. He goes, and I was like, oh, forget it. Like I told pregnancy test already, I'm not pregnant. These times I didn't, because I didn't think I was pregnant, so I didn't take a pregnancy test. Then I was lying, but at the same time, when he pressured, like, do it, so we can see together.
Yeah.
I started being scared. I was like, wait, what if I am? I did miss my period.
Oh my goodness.
And so I took it, not even a few seconds later, it said 3 weeks plus. I was crying. He was 20. I was 18 and he was 20. We got 2 years apart.
Wow.
He was over the moon. And I was like, how are you going to be happy? I'm under parental control. I have people over my head. Like, I'm on lock. I have curfew still. And you are happy. He had his house at the time.
He had a house?
Yeah, he had his house, a little flat. He had his car, he was going uni, he had his job.
Okay.
He was good.
A mature guy.
Yeah, he was mature, he was settled, so that attracted me to him. That wasn't me. Like, I'm just finishing college. I'm just getting there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what was a prank turned real?
Yeah.
Maybe you felt it subconsciously that you were pregnant.
Maybe. I thought about it, but I thought, I can't be pregnant. Come on, me pregnant.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how it happened.
That's how you guys started, was the start of your family.
Yeah, that was the start of our family, but before then we really loved each other. But it was like, when you go out with this guy and it's all sweet and everything.
Puppy love.
Yes, that's exactly how it was. We were going out to eat, going cinema, all these little cute things, but things turned real quick.
Very quick.
Your
mother, her mum forced her to get an abortion and forced her to get married, but you said no to the abortion and to marriage. Why? What's your reasons for that?
I didn't want to abort my baby because, again, I had those Christian norms and values installed in me. Okay. So for me, I felt like it was a sin to abort my child. Okay. And again, I was worried about the complications. What if I'm not able to have children later on? What if it goes wrong? I was scared. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to assume it. I went, I had sex outside marriage. I got pregnant. Let me, man up about it. That's why I didn't listen to her. I didn't want to have an abortion. And now the marriage, my boyfriend at the time, he was 20 and I was 18. And
it's quite young.
To be fair, we weren't ready. What do we know about marriage? We barely even know each other. Commitment. I don't believe in divorce. It's lifetime commitment. So Like, we weren't ready. If we got married in our heads, we're like, you know what? We're in it for the long run. We're not breaking up. This is it. So we thought, you know what? Let's take one step at a time. Let's have our baby, you know, work towards it and then get married. And my husband, he's not about no peer pressure.
She said he's a man's man. He's a man's man. So he didn't get bullied into it.
He did not want to get bullied into it. He said, you know what? If I want to marry, it's because I want to marry, not because I was forced to marry. And my mum as well, she was like, she forced us as well because she was like, blood in our culture can't be spilled if a woman's not married. It's a curse. That's how my mum's not Christian, so she had
What does that mean? What does blood spilling? Does it mean like blood giving birth?
Giving birth, yeah. If you give birth and the blood spills and you are not married, it's a curse. It's not good. Apparently, I mean, I don't really know, but that's apparently the culture. And
in Ivory Coast,
yeah. Well, her culture, there's different kind of cultures in different tribes. So she said that was the culture, and for me, it's like, yeah, I heard her, but I didn't really agree with that.
Do you guys talk now since you?
My mom, we're good now. Yeah, we're good now. She got around it within maybe a month after I told her I was pregnant.
See,
but you guys gotta watch my video to see how that happens.
Watch it.
Yes.
I'm 18 to 25 now, so 7 years later, you now have three kids. Three boys.
Yeah.
How has that been? Because I've got now two. I've got a 3-week-old baby and obviously an almost 2-year-old daughter. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's
not easy.
Hard. It's hard. You know, your time is no longer your time. Your focus is no longer your focus. You have to make sacrifices on a day-to-day basis. How do you do that? How did you do that from 18 to 25? Well, how are you coping, and how's the whole experience been?
I'm not gonna lie, like you said, it was not easy. For me, it was overwhelming because it was like a crash course to adulthood.
Yes.
For me, I'm still a kid.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you're 18, but in your head, you still have someone caring for you. Still have someone paying your bills. Still someone doing all these things. You're not an adult yet.
Absolutely.
So when I had my son, it's like everything happened at the same time. My sister at the time was my carer, so she got married, she moved out. My older brother was there, so I lived with him.
Okay. And your parents weren't around?
No, my dad lived in Paris, my mom lived in Paris, right? And she had moved out, so now it's like, you're pregnant now, you're an adult, you have to take care of a child, take care of yourself, now take care of a man at 18. You know, and the good thing about it was, that kind of helped me, was that, you know, in African homes, as a woman, you're taught, do the dishes, clean the bathroom, cook this and that. So I had those basics. You know, I had those basics.
But it's still different from actually living.
I'm telling you, learning totally different. It was a struggle, I'm not gonna lie. Many times I broke down because one thing about me is that even though I had a child, I had just finished college, but I was on my studies. I really wanted to go and get my degree, and I've graduated.
What?
He was like 4 months and I graduated. Literally, as soon as I gave birth, 2 weeks after I was back doing my exams.
You're the super mom. Like honestly.
Nah.
You guys, if you're struggling with your studies, it's possible.
We can all do it. It's hard, yeah, but what you need is dedication. You need to have the willpower. You need to be like, I want this for me. It's not to show anyone that, oh look, I've done this, now what you say. No, it's not about that. It's about you and your kids. I want my kids to turn around and be like, oh mom, look at her picture, she graduated, she did good for herself. I want to be like that too.
It's like, you've got friends obviously that are around your age, and majority of my friends don't actually have kids. So how was it being 18 and obviously now being 25? How is it watching your friends doing things that maybe you couldn't do? Precisely.
Well, at the time, I'm not gonna lie, there's a time where I felt like, wow, they're finally at the age where we're finally at the age where we have a bit more freedom. At that age, so many of my friends started traveling, going places. I see pictures on Facebook, I see all of this, and I'm at home mummy mode, my hair messy, breastfeeding,
milk splashing,
trying to shower, and you got the baby screaming, like, you know, torn in between the two.
Yes.
And the frustration of just everything. And I did feel, there's so many times I felt low. I felt really low, I felt sad.
Did you have any form of, did you think like postnatal depression, anxiety, or was it just general sadness?
I think it was general. I thank the Lord I didn't have that, but I think it was at times it would hit me like, raw, I'm 18, I gave birth at 19, okay. So I'm 19, 20, I'm young, you know, and I'm a mum, and I felt like cooped up. I felt, you know, in a bubble, like, this is your life, this is it, you got a baby, that's it, you know, you have to breastfeed, you have to look after the baby.
Yes.
Forget about you, it's not about you anymore. Like my boyfriend, fiance, so yeah, you look after him, he's going back from work, he needs to have his food, he needs to be set, okay, the baby needs to be put to bed,
you're good.
to get you, do you know what I mean? And other times, you know, I felt happy. I was like, you know what, Dee, you're starting young.
Yes.
You know, I've always wanted a child young. You're starting young.
I was going to say that. I was going to say there's always pros, there's always cons to everything. And I think one of the positives about obviously having children at a younger age is that you can get it out of the way. I hate that term, but you can sort of focus on your family now. And by the time you're 30, you've got your kids kind of almost raised up to a good age where you can then completely, or at least try to focus on yourself.
Precisely.
You've got a head start, I would say.
That's what my husband says. Dee, come on, like, we've got a head start. Look how young we are. There's so many people that are in their 30s, late 30s, are like looking at us saying, we wish we started young, you know. But at the time as well, you have the African mentalities if you're African, or you have the pressures from your parents looking down on you, like, or even people from church.
Were you a Christian
girl? Yeah. I mean, okay, my Christian life was more like, my sister was always Christian, thank the Lord. Okay. She brought me into that side, the morals or values that were brought on to me by my older sister.
So they were naturally kind of instilled. It was from
there, however, I hadn't given my life to Christ. I would go to church because she told me to go to church. I was always aware of what was going on and what to do, what not to do, what it was a sin and all of that.
Yes.
We were young. He could have turned around and be like, do you know what, Dee, I don't want this. But because of what he went through with his childhood, he grew up in a home where he felt neglected, didn't feel loved. He didn't have the family unit where he has mum and dad and brothers. His brothers and sisters lived back home, had a good life with,
in Nigeria.
Nigeria, he's Nigerian. You know, his dad was rich, they had a good life, you know, with the house girls, house boys, He didn't have that.
Okay.
He didn't feel loved. He didn't feel any of that. And
so he wanted
a family. He said that if he was to have a child, he would not let his child go through that. He would love his child. He would be there for his child. He would want a family. When I got pregnant, I didn't really know myself. I was at that stage where you don't know who you are, you don't know
you're lost.
Person, you're lost, you're trying to find yourself. I was at that stage as well. So it caught me at the right time. And then as well, we got together at the right time. So it all worked together so well. So that's why I'm grateful to the Lord, because like I said, I could have been a baby mum.
So then do you think baby mums are at a disadvantage? We have loads of single parent mothers that watch. Do you know what I mean? It could have happened to all of us, including myself as well.
I always say it's a blessing and it's amazing to actually have a family unit, to have the husband there and the wife, then the mum and the dad to be there. It's beneficial for the child. But obviously there's circumstances where it happens differently. Now, I do not think it's a bad thing. I think that obviously it's unfortunate, but it builds you. Every situation you go through builds you. You know, you doing it alone builds you to be the better woman you can be.
Is it challenging, sort of, because I'm a wife as well, raising your sons, your 3 sons, and taking care of your husband and enjoying your marriage? Because motherhood and marriagehood, you know, they come hand in hand, but they're separate institutions.
Things.
So how do you find balance in the two? How do you find time
really
for your
easy.
husband, of keeping the marriage spicy?
Number one, always find time, even if it's just like an hour, or even if it's 30 minutes, you know, during the day or in a week, where you dedicate to each other. Find that time. Like, for example, my husband and I used to have like Thursdays. We would go Frank and Benny's, have breakfast. We would go and we would talk. He'd talk
with the baby.
His were in nursery or in school, and he was going off to work, and I was going off to uni. But at that time, that was a frame of time where there was no one around. It was just him and I.
Always find time for your spouse, for your partner, for your boyfriend, with your kids. Number two,
don't see your kids, I'd say, as a burden.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Do not see your kids as a burden, because I have to be honest with myself. There's times where I didn't have a babysitter, I didn't have no one to help me out when I wanted to do things for myself, and I felt frustrated. If you know that there's a little, I don't know, gymnastics, my kids go to gymnastics, for example. If you know you can take them to gymnastics during the day, do something fun with them, as opposed to wanting to do your thing all the time, and then you end up not even getting to do it because you have to spend the time looking after the child.
Fun,
something that they would enjoy and you'd enjoy watching them doing, you know, together.
Okay.
So yeah, do something for the family.
The family. Number 3, dress up at home.
Oh yes.
Notes for myself. Oh. Have a little date at home. Dress up at home. Entertain your husband, your partner at home, whilst your kids are in the cart.
I have to say I'm guilty of that. Like, I'm usually mummy mode all the time. Mummy mode, I would say.
It's hard.
I'm like, I'd wear like my top, and then I'd have like maybe a bit of vomit on there. It's like, oh, he understands.
Yeah.
Or I'll probably have his tracksuit on.
Yes.
The wig will be up.
The wig off.
No, but sometimes the clothes you wouldn't wear outside, wear inside. Like the mini dresses you wouldn't wear outside, wear inside. That's what I do. The short dresses I would never step out with them. I wear it in the house.
In the house, and then let them enjoy it. That was 3. That was 3. I can't even count. Number 4.
Do it together. When I say do it together,
what does that mean? I'm scared.
No. What I mean is, housework and the kids, all of that is hard. Like, for example, if I know that sometimes, the husband, if you're a stay-at-home mum, like I'm a stay-at-home mum at the minute, but it's a thing where if you do it all by yourself, at times you can go mental. It's not easy, like, to do the dishes, thinking it's all needs to be done, basically doing the dishes, doing the hoovering, doing the laundry, hanging it. It's a lot to do it at home. So for it to work, you really have to try to divide things. Like, for example, my husband, we've made a chart, right? He knows that on Mondays he's taking out the trash. He knows that on Tuesdays and Wednesdays he's bathing all 3 of the kids, right? It's his bath time turn.
Yes.
He knows on Friday is takeout day. You can enjoy each other, because afterwards it's like you'll become so emotionally drained that you end up taking it out on the kids and your husband. Arguments will come out of nowhere.
You didn't do the dishes.
Yeah, and it's not even the fact that you didn't do the dishes that he will get mad at. He would get mad at the fact that the way you said it, you shouted at me. He will feel undermined, like the ego will go somewhere. Try and separate and share the task in the household. That will help out. So even the kids, get the kids involved.
I love that. I was guilty of trying to be super powered mum, but now I'm not afraid to ask for help anymore from my husband. So I totally agree with that advice. Number 5.
I'll leave it to you.
Okay. Communicate everything.
If
you're feeling down one day because the kids got you upset, or you wanted to do XYZ, talk to your partner, talk to your husband about it, how it makes you feel. Constant communication with your partner in the home will make you enjoy your marriage.
You planned to go see, I don't know, a friend for this and that because they needed help, but that's in your head on Tuesday. You're not thinking about what your husband's doing on Tuesday. At that time you're going, so you're assuming that he will look after the kids while you go. Tuesday comes now, he's got to do something else as well, so he's like, oh, I'm leaving, and then it becomes confrontation, conflict, a clash. Never assume that the other is will be aware of what's going on in your head or in your life, and always say, okay, cool, on Tuesday and this time to that time, this is what I'm doing.
We've got a calendar on our fridge, and it's got literally the days that he's off, the days that I'm supposed to be off, and we have days where we're going to go out together, days where we're going to do our own thing, work days, stuff like that. We put it on a calendar so that we all are aware and organised of what's going on in the house. It definitely helps things.
Definitely, even with us, it's a thing where because I work from home, I got my studio in the house, I'm a custom wig creator. We both agreed that he will keep the kids during the day. I'm in the studio, I'm in my booth, and there's no come make the milk, come do this, there's none of that. He will keep the kids for me to do what I'm doing, but we agreed on that, on those hours, and then after that, then I get involved. Okay, does dinner need to be made, or this and that, what needs to be done? You, as a mum, you have a life as well. You've got things that you want to do for yourself, so share that with your husband. And
I have enjoyed speaking to you. If you go on her YouTube channel, she has much more videos in detail of her stories, her day-to-day activities as a mother, her wig collection business. Say your YouTube channel and your Instagram.
My YouTube channel is Dee Rose, D-E-E Rose. D-E-E Rose. My Instagram is Dee Rose Official, all together. Yeah, I've got Twitter as well, Dee Rose Official, and Snapchat, Dee Rose Official. So,
if you're looking for amazing custom wigs, please send her a message. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Comment, share and like this video, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Bye.